And I'm back. Now, I want to take this to a literal term now. The last one was my official call out. This one here is another 50 shoe challenge. However, this time it's going to be a little different. I'm going to take it literally and have 50 different shoes. I'm going to start out this turn with the one that got me started, the Old Faithful Diamond Super Ringers. As poorly as I threw them this last game, I hope it does better this time. And a Deadeye Clydesdale cast. In my first two of the challenge. I'm going to pitch from down there every turn so you can see them coming this way. Apparently I was using the wrong shoes all last game. There's a ringer out of the Deadeyes. Love these shoes. They failed me earlier in the year and switched back to Old Faithful, but it worked that time. The next two shoes will be the copycat, barely copycat, similar shoe, Thoroughbred's version of the Deadeye. Here is the Thoroughbred Alan Francis Bullseye. Alan Francis Bullseye. And the 6-pack SurePoint with the ringer breaker on it. For shoes I don't throw, that went as expected. Oh well. First time I've ever thrown the SurePoint. Feels kind of nice, but didn't work that time. Next two shoes. Thoroughbred's version of a diamond tournament. This is their version, the Thoroughbred Cobra, followed by the Diamond Tournament. These are the ones that game-related sales made after Diamond went out of business, Triangle sold out, went overseas for a little bit, came back to the USA and made some for a while again. See how these do. Stop me. Sorry, you blocker. Being as though I've thrown the diamond tournaments before, both shoes are fairly comfortable. A little bit different, but fairly comfortable shoes. Didn't do too bad. Up next, we have Omega's version of the Diamond Tournament. This is the Omega Competition Horseshoe. You can find this from Mr. Seth Ohms over at OmegaHorseshoes.com. That's where I picked them up at. And the older version, the original version of the Snyder Flip Grip with the wonderful Snyder name on there. And before they redesigned them to have a slightly different style of shoe, and unfortunately to a lot of us, they did remove the Snyder name from the new version, but we can't change what happened. All we can do is live with what happened. So, see how these two shoes go. Well, missed the stake, unfortunately, with the Omega. Feels just as good as a Diamond Tournament. Feels just as good as a Cobra. I have never been a person to flip my shoe with the thumb cock up, so these flip grips do feel a little awkward to me, only because that's not how I pitch them. But I still love the shoes. Mr. Ansel, I believe these are your shoes that you love to throw. Mr. Peter Maurer, I believe you love these as well. These are the Snyder Watsons, named after two great horseshoe pitchers. And all will know the Snyder name, and everybody knows Dan Watson. Mr. Quicksilver, your favorite shoe of choice, the Thoroughbred Challengers. I've always wanted to ask you, do you throw with the cock up or do you throw with the cock down on your thumb? I've never asked before, but I throw it down, so we'll see what happens. I always call it toes, but I know it's the heels. If you love a heel-heavy shoe, Snyder Watsons are a great shoe. I've thrown the Challengers in the past, and the old ones, you will notice on them, not these, but the old ones, there is a star on here, and on this side of the older style. But these are new ones, so these do not have the stars. Let's see what's next. Going back slightly further in time, we have here an Imperial Max. Traded another pair of shoes for these. Wonderful shoe. Never pitched it, but I love collecting shoes. And here we have an Imperial, and if you look closely, it says Imperial Plus on there. Hey Ryan, how you doing, sir? I hope you saw me pitching those Watsons. I don't pitch them nearly as well as you do, but I try. I said, never pitched either one of these shoes before, but give it a shot. I wish I was a better pitcher for you guys. It'd be a better show, but I'm just a sucky thrower trying to get better. Difference right off the bat with these two, I will note. The toe cocks on the Imperial Max as opposed to the Imperial Plus. A little bit taller on the Imperial Max, a little bit flatter, a little more like a Cobra. To be honest with you, with the Imperial Plus, Cobra-like. See what's up next. discontinued shoes. Here we have, named after Joan Elmore. Unfortunately, it didn't fit her hand properly, so these didn't stick around longer. This is the Elmore, made by Thoroughbred. And here we have the Wave, made by Thoroughbred as well. Significant with the dip that they have on the toe calks. It's a very odd shoe. Never pitched either one of these before. Just like a lot of the ones I have, don't pitch a whole lot of them. I'm going to try them today. See how they go. So weird. That Wave felt really odd. Put my thumb down in that little dip in there. Boy, that is a weird feeling shoe, but I know there's people that love them. A lot of turn pitchers. Some turn pitchers like them. These Elmores here, I will say, are significant. Last pair that I know of that I've been able to find, earmarked for Mr. Dean Chafee's daughter, Sarah. Her first year, this year at junior, she chose to skip her last year of cadet pitching and step up to junior pitching. And on her very first year, she's only 12, is the #1 pitcher in all of the world for junior girls, I should say. As soon as she needs another pair, these are going to her. She pitches 65% at, I think she's averaging close to 65 now. Damn, she's a good pitcher. Have fun pitching against her. Next up, another retired Thoroughbred shoe. This is the Thoroughbred Sidewinder. It's got an interesting design. I wonder what the next shoe is after it. Nice low toe caulk on it. And then the odd one of the bunch, one of the odd ones of the bunch, the Deadeye High Temp Stay-On. I've never been able to pitch this shoe worth a darn. I've tried it before. I cannot flip this shoe. It will not flip for me. So, I'm going to have fun and turn it. See what happens. Distant, turning 3/4, coming open, missed it though. If I wasn't such a terrible pitcher, I'd tell you, this Sidewinder feels like a natural friend in my hand. It felt nice coming out of the hand. Pitched it short like just about every other shoe has been today. But I like pitching these high temp stay-ons. I love pitching when it has a turn. They give you a huge, huge amount of metal to hold on to. It's just a little different. Staying in the Deadeye family. What's that? Yeah, you love the stay-ons, huh? Yes, sir. I see that, Ansel. I know you pitch them. I know there's some guys that love them. I thank Mr. Ron Murphy for that pair. In fact, I thank him for quite a few of the pairs that I have. One for him at Horseshoes for You online, horseshoesforyou.com, and if it wasn't for Amy Archibald Ohms over at Dennis Horseshoes, the Thoroughbred group, all those guys at White's Distribution, and a lot of this has come off of eBay. One for all of them. I wouldn't have half the shoes that I have now, but staying in the Deadeye category, we have the old style of the Deadeye Easy Grip. The newer ones have more grip pattern around the bend through here. It's a little different. Not quite the same grip as the newer ones have. And here we have the Deadeye NT with the low caulk. See how these two go? I like the low caulk, so I like that. Missed it. It's like every shoe's been all day so far. Short, short, and short. Both feel really good. You know, with enough practice with every one of these shoes, they'd all do well. But, I don't know. I like them. I know there's a lot of guys that love the easy grips. They love that grip pattern. Now, we have here the shoe the man, Mr. Carl Steinfeld designed. The Steinfeld Stay On, made by Deadeye. And we have here another retired Thoroughbred shoe. This is the Thoroughbred 6 Hicks, known for its double reverse ringer breaker on it. Looks like it's got a ringer break, but it's truly and technically speaking a double reverse ringer breaker. As I said, never pitch these shoes. What the harm can it do? Distant with the Steinfeld. I don't know how I got distance. I've been throwing short all day. But hey, I finally got me another ringer. I know it's an abomination, me throwing a flip with the Steinfeld. I know he would be rolling over about that one, but sorry. The 6 Hicks, for where I hold on to it, is a little awkward because I don't hold on to it with the ringer break with the fingers down in there. Trying to hold it with the fingers both off on one side seemed to work. Nice shoe. Next up, we have the Cal Flips. Old style. Not the Thoroughbred version. This is the older ones. Mr. Pete Donahue himself. I forget what they called these. God, I cannot remember off the top of my head. I know somebody on here will be able to tell me in a moment. But for whatever reason, I can't remember. And then, Mr. Brian Simmons. These are the Thoroughbred Simmons, named after the man, the myth, the legend himself. Hope you guys watched him pitch 30 feet the other day. Damn, he was throwing good. That was fun to watch, I'll tell you that. Broken dollies. Before I even read my phone, someone might have answered already. Broken dollies, I believe is what Horseshoe Pete called them. Never been a flipper. Never been able to flip with the thumb cock up like that. Never been able to do it that way. But give it a go because that's how they're designed to do it. These Simmons, not the Simmons XL, the regular Simmons by Thoroughbred. Interesting feeling shoe. So, what's next? Time to switch a little bit north of the border. A little Canadian going here now. Eh? Here we have the Amax with the ringer breaker in it. Known for its ergonomic design, there is no thumb cock. The entire shoe itself is a cock if you flip it upside down. Turn pitchers, supposed to feel more natural, and your shoe is supposed to come out more smoothly. I don't know, I'm not a turn pitcher. I can't do it very well. Hey, Ricky. And here we have the M&M Special. The older version, not the newer one. The newer ones have the name on the legs. This one, if it wasn't beat up, you'd be able to see it in there. Anyways, I pitched the Special for a couple of years. Nice feeling shoe until all of a sudden every shoe wanted to come in sideways on me. See what these do? I used to pitch those. I used to pitch them fairly well. These Amax, though, these are my daughter's shoe. A little bit lighter weight. They're not the, I believe they're the extra light version. I think they are the 2.5 ounce shoe. They are beat up. My daughter bangs them off the concrete all the time, but she's getting better. She's getting there. She's doing better with them. But I have some more Canadians coming. See how they work. Next up, we have the M&M Special Smooth. Not the Flip. The Flip has a notch on it for your thumb cock. These are the Smooth. These are newly designed. They've just come out with these. I believe it was last fall. Finally picked up a pair. And the ones that I'm attempting to switch over to eventually is the Galena VIPs, made by Tom Galena and his group of, I don't know who makes them. All I know is it comes from him. Man's a great pitcher. So I beat him up a little bit. They're not bad shoes. Let's see if I can get a ringer this time. Same thing they were doing in practice before I switched back to the Diamond Supers. Feel good. They feel natural in the hand. I just suck as a pitcher, so I keep missing. But they feel good. Do everybody a favor. Even if you don't pitch a lot of these shoes, try and pick up some more. Try to promote the folks that manufacture these shoes. Buy shoes even if you have no intention of pitching them. Keep the manufacturers manufacturing. We want to see more and more styles. We don't want to see them go away. Please pick up more shoes, even if you don't plan on pitching them. Next up, we have a Mr. D with the ringer breaker. The Mr. D's design, if I had two of these with me at the moment, are designed to essentially lock that second shoe right on top of itself to hold that ringer on there. It's designed to, the way it's supposed to be. I suck, but I'm going to try them anyways. I've never been able to get these things to flip very well. And then, the Griot Grabber. This is a very interesting shoe. I have no idea if I can get this thing to flip. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Mr. Sluice. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. But thank you for these shoes. Let's go see how they work. Never pitched them. Oh, wow. That felt good. Middle finger, 2 fingers. Oh, no! Yeah, that's how I thought those were going to go. Those are not designed for flippers. That is a turn shoe through and through. The Mr. D felt pretty good. I used to pitch them without the ringer breaker. Couldn't get them to flip at one time. If I was more accurate, would have went on. Nice open shoe. So, the Griot Grabber, awesome design, weird looking shoe. Be nice to see people get a little more creative in their shoe manufacturing and come back with some more styles that are weird like this. But hey, people got to buy them to keep making them. So, buy shoes. Mr. Russ Brockway, thank you, sir. The Ringle Single, left-handed, lefty. See the L down there? It's for left-handed pitchers. A single heel hook on it, meant specifically for turning, left-handed turning, or Mr. Alan Francis with his reverse 3/4. I'm sure that man could pitch anything. It doesn't matter. These are a D&B no-cock, known for no thickness difference in it whatsoever. None. No cocks, no nothing. Flat shoe. Another shoe designed for turn pitchers. Me, I'm a stubborn flipper. I'm going to see what happens, but I am going to go lefty on the Ringle Single. Short. Oh. No easy way to hold on to those D&B no-cocks for a flipper. That is just awkward. Me? Yeah, I just created a violation according to NHPA rules. I pitched from both sides of the stake. And I pitched with both hands, but enough practice. And if I was naturally left-handed, that Ringle Single. Thank you again, Russ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you again, Casey, for the D&B no-cocks. They are awkward to throw for a flip. Well, another shoe designed similarly to the High Temp Stayed On. Here, we have a Hilfling Grabbit. Wonderful, wonderful shoe. I wish I would have bought more of these shoes. I'm afraid to throw them because I don't want to break them. Very, very interesting shoe. Never pitched it. Very, very heavy. And it's supposed to be actually balanced very well. If I was a good pitcher, I'd be able to make it work well, but we'll see what I do. And here, sorry, Mr. Fred Lane, I bought these and you didn't get them. Ha, ha, ha. These are the Mr. D's with no ringer breaker. My man, Mr. Kevin Mitchell from over there, and I believe it is North Carolina, pitches these very well. He's been close to a 50% pitcher over the last couple of years, so he's going to get on that list very soon. I know you can do it. I know you can do it, Kevin. See how these work. works. Normally those don't flip so well for me, and that one did. Again, great design shoes. I wish it hadn't been retired. I wish it'd still be manufactured today. The design of the Hill Fling Grab It, very, very interesting shoe. Love that design. Mr. Kevin Mitchell, keep pitching to Mr. D, no ringer break. Keep pitching as well as you do. Now we get to go back in time a little bit. The Gordon Spin-On, dated 1950s. Get that in there better. 1950, built back in 1950. Rusty, old shoe. Wonderful design. And here we have a early 1930s Ohio shoe. Interesting caulks on it. Different design. It's supposed to be early 30s, so I have never pitched either one of these. Today's that lucky day. I pitched the Grab one, didn't work for you. No, it didn't work for me either, but maybe if I kept at it, it'd work a little better, but they don't make them anymore, so now I collect it. As I said earlier, I wish I was a better pitcher. Somebody better than me, Dale, make a lot more of these go on to ringers than I do. However, see somebody else try throwing this many different shoes and how many of them they can get to go on. But these Gordon Spin-Ons, classic shoe. I've got from 1950, I've got a 55, a 63, 64, and a 65 now. And it's the only pair of Ohio's that I currently own. But hope to get more. Nice old shoes. Here, straight out of the Sears catalog today, the J.C. Higgins. Picnic shoe, what can I say? It's what they're designed for, but it's alright. They're good shoes. Here we have Giant Grip Champion. Giant Grip closed down their plant over in Oshkosh, Wisconsin back in 1949, so these are a bare minimum. What is that, almost 70 years old right now? So, sure they've got ringers left in them. Not sure if I have any in them, but we'll see. Spun off, didn't stay on. Don't have very good heel hooks on them, but it's all right. Anybody who pitches a diamond double ringer, these J.C. Higgins will feel very similar in their hands. But yeah, I like the feel of that Champion. That's a good feeling shoe. That felt natural coming out of the hand. Here we have another similarly designed picnic shoe. This is the Giant Grip Official. Discontinued back in 1949 when the plant shut down. One of my latest shoes that I picked up, a Detroit Flyer. Very interesting design. Weird caulks, strange hooks on them. Meant for a turn pitcher. Finger notches on the sides, on the legs I should say. But I'm a stubborn flipper. See what these things do. 8-joint flyer, not meant to pitch with the caulk down in my hand. A little bit sharp on there, a little bit pointed in there with the caulk. Very sharp pointed caulk there to catch on the hand. Catches easily. U-turn pitchers probably love them. I would love them. It depends upon if you pitch them anymore. But it's the end of the old retired ones. Let's jump into the lightweight shoe category. What we have here is a thoroughbred pony. This is a design 2.4 to 2.5 ounce shoe, 2 pound 4, 2 pounds 5 ounces, somewhere in there. I forget how much it weighed. And then we have, designed after the Glory, the GXL, a 1 pound 14 ounce shoe, very light shoe. My wife pitches these. They're beat up. She bangs them off the concrete too, but they're holding up to some wear and tear, so I'm pretty sure I can pitch them too. Purposely back off it a little bit. Those actually feel pretty good. Can't give it my regular swing, but if I back out of it a little bit, they actually felt pretty good. But if as lightly as I flung both of these two, it scares me for what I know is coming next. So this will be interesting. Next up, two shoes weighing in at a very lightweight 1.5 pounds, 1 pound 8 ounces each. We have the Omega Cadet. This is similarly styled to their Gordon shoe they have, but is smaller, lighter, thinner. And here we have a Diamond Junior, also a 1.5 pound shoe. Very, very light shoe. Boy, if I threw those as easy as I did the last two, I'm afraid where these shoes are going. Please, cameraman, I hope I don't hit the tripod. Went on. For my strength that I have to back out of it a long ways to be able to throw these lighter shoes. Holy cow. But you got someone who's older, someone who's very young, these cadets would work nice to get him in the game. These juniors, long since gone. There's a few out there yet. They're out there. Now, before I start the hookless division of my shoes, this is the lightest shoe that I am aware of other than the Diamond Midgets. This is the Little Diamond. This is a 1 pound shoe. 1 pound. 2/3 the weight of the last two shoes I just pitched. Very, very, very light. I got these, just got these in the mail today. Got them out of the box, and my youngest son, my 4-year-old Matthias, looked at them like, "Ooh, Daddy, shoes for me." Yeah, he could probably pitch them. He could probably pitch them 40 feet as light as these little buggers are. Then the very first of the hookless division. These are Diamond Officials. The wording is all but completely rubbed off it. Can't hardly see it anymore, but it's there. It truly is there. So, I'm afraid where this thing's going to go. I'm pretty sure I can pitch this thing 80 feet, no problem. Let's try 40. Yes, it's the size of my hand. There's nothing to throw. This is horrible. This is going to be funny. Wow. No, the old feller's turned me. The old fellers turned those hookless. I don't know how they ever did it. There's nothing to grab a hold of. There's nothing to hook the stake with other than the one open, the closed end. Now, just out of curiosity's sake for you folks to compare, this is your Diamond Super Ringer. This almost fits inside of it is the little Diamond. Tiny, tiny little shoe. The size of my hand. Weird, weird shoe. Boy, I'm afraid if I got that in the grass, I'd never find it again. Sticking with the hookless division, here we got straight out of the Sears catalog. This is the Sears Roebuck Company hookless shoe. We have here a brand new, never been pitched, never ever ever been pitched, no dings, no nothing in this shoe. This is a Giant Grip Winner hookless shoe. So the old fellers used to pitch these with a turn. My God, this stubborn flipper, he's gonna keep trying these turns with these little shoes. I think that went on. I got a double with hookless shoes. I'll be damned. Sorry my language, sorry, but that is shocking. I try to be a three-quarter pitcher. I can't slow down my turn. Somehow, these two beauties just slowed down enough in the rotation to be two ringers, double. A flip pitcher, flipping, turning shoes, with hookless nonetheless, pitching a double. I'll be damned. Everybody is familiar with the Diamond Double Ringer. Did you know they made them in hookless? Yes, they do. Also from Diamond, we have here a blue Diamond. Sorry, everything is probably backwards for you folks thanks to the orientation of my phone, but I should throw hookless from now on. No, that was pure luck. If I do a double with these after this, I think I might switch to it, but I don't think these exist anymore on the NHPA sanctioned shoes, so technically, I don't think they're legal to throw. They don't exist on that list. I don't think I can throw them legally, but I'm gonna today. Oh, coming open, missed the stake. My God, these things are slowing down on their rotation for me, though. I've always had a hard time turning. I've always tried to go a turn and three-quarter, but these actually slowed down. Wonderful, wonderful old shoes. I still have 2 more left to go. For the life of me, I cannot remember the name of this. This is the Steinbreeder, something like that. Steinbrenner. Looks like a home manufactured shoe. However, these are named. These are in Mr. Bob Dunn, who has recently passed. And I'm very sorry to hear that. Makes me very, very sad to hear he just recently passed. But if you pick up his book, The Shoe, these are listed. And here, for the final shoe, a hookless, unbranded, unmarked, unnamed, hookless shoe. Looking at Mr. Dunn's book, similar design to the May shoe, which became the national standard. I cannot say officially as to what shoes these are, but let's try them. Thank God I didn't touch anything with that one. That is so close to going on. If it wasn't throwing every shoe short today, it'd have been on. Amazing, amazing shoes they made back then. Pitching as well as they did, with no hooks on them. I don't know how anybody pitched them as well as they did way back in the day, with no hooks. But beautiful, beautiful shoes. I wish I knew what this one was. If it truly is the May shoe, this is made back in, I believe, 1924. No dings, no marks, no nothing. Thank you for not hitting the stake, Paul. You missed it. No dings. But that is the second of my 50 shoe challenges today. First one was the official one. This one was the fun one. This is the array of shoes that I pitched. I don't know how well you can see any of that. That is all 50 shoes. From the brand new shoes, ones they're still manufacturing, to the recently out discontinued shoes, to the oddball shoes, to the fun shoes, to lightweight shoes, to the hookless shoes. But hope you folks had as much fun watching that as I did making it. I wish I was a better pitcher and give you guys a better show, put a few more on, but kind of sad that my best shoes of the day came out of the hookless shoes. I didn't think there was any way in the world I'd get any of those to go on, let alone I put a double on. That's just crazy. All right, guys. You guys have yourselves a good day. I hope you enjoyed that. I sure did.